Hey guys, and welcome to another video. This is Pasty and Friends, and we're filming once again in Corfu. First off, you might notice my phone is at a slightly different angle and is at a slightly different level. Its moment rested on two books. The reason for that is because I'm just trying to test out different angles, see which one's the best, which one works better. But I am only here for a week, so I've planned to film once every day, so probably by the time I found the right angle, it'd be time to go. Anyway, in this video, I'll move those pens out of the way. And this video it's the video I've promised you on building your characters and how to write a story with reference to Secret Life of Parents, which the title is based loosely off Secret Life of Pets, and this is about a 12-year-old spy called Kaylee Ronston, who is driven to revenge to try and kill this John Salamander, who has caused her grief and made her have to kill. Now, first thing you will want to do when you start writing your books is your main character. So, what you'll have to do is write a character bio. So, what things I included in it: name, Kaylee Elizabeth Ronston; age, she's 12, because those are the easy parts. Age doesn't really matter unless you want them to be a child. If they're an adult, I've found out that. Does it really matter if they're 50 or 51, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Hair colour, blonde, hair length, shoulder length. Occupation. Now, I even put this in for the people who don't really have an occupation. Like, she's a normal schoolgirl, I put. And then parents, Sam and Kate Ronston. Because even though I might not include her parents, I do for her, but I've even put it for other ones. Even put down the things you might not include. It seems to went a bit dark. Put down the things you might not include. Because then, when it comes to describing your character's thoughts, you can understand them a bit more, and it's a bit easier to get their point across, even if you're not mentioning explicitly what you're trying to get at. And then I also added additional information: forced into a life of crime, falls in love with Luke, but later falls in love and marries a girl, because I thought it might be a bit different to have a lesbian relationship in some ways, I suppose. Yeah, so now I've got her. Next thing is to invent the sidekick. And every story technically has a sidekick. That's basically the person that is not your main character, but the closest thing to them. So, that could be the husband, the auburn-haired schoolgirl, or just a spy. Like, anyone that's close. Like, let's take Batman. Batman, Robin is his sidekick. Because Robin is there. He's not always there, but he's a big contribution to the story, depending on what Batman you're watching. Sometimes Gordon can be Batman's sidekick, because in the Dark Knight, and that is very bright. It doesn't look it, but on the camera it looks very bright. Yes, so then I go on to the place. So I changed my idea for the place, because I originally had the spy base and everywhere. It was MI6 set in London. And then I realised how many people have actually copied Anthony Horowitz, Ian Fleming. Am I being weird? Ian, I feel like that's not right. Ian someone who wrote James Bond. Just every spy thing is set in MI6, and then I thought, I still want a spy book. So then I thought, well, we don't have that many stories on CIA. So I set it in San Francisco. Now, depending on what story you set yours in, or what type of story, depends on where you set it. Like, if you want it to be a fantasy story, it's best to have a made-up place. If it's a spy, any major city, possibly. Love, you can have it anywhere. You don't really need to name the things, but we won't go too much into the rom-coms of this century. Next thing you need to do is expand on how the good guy knows the bad guy. And once again, there is a bad guy in every story. Even love. Romeo and Juliet, I can't remember his name, but he didn't like them going out, so he was the bad guy. Morgana in Merlin is the bad guy, because she does all that crazy witchy stuff. And then